Hello everyone, this is Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Car-Toon is ready to return for today's live summit event in the Crew 2 as part of the rerun. So viewers, moving on to October, after 4 previous live summit events from September, this will have to be ready up and go on a date schedule by Greenlight on October 1st through the 8th of this year in 2025. Everything is going smoothly out there from Septemberfest, and now we're about to have another part of Cartober for this month to bring us out to have some ground-based vehicle along with some 3 skills will be packed up to go in 2 water-based and 1 air-based vehicle as well. But you already know about the 6 events will be categorized to have some 2 types with no restriction for the powerboat and street race discipline, and 4 exclusive vehicle restriction just in case that you might need to go enter to be using with a Nitro Chemist, put yourself and improve yourself to go up into the rank of the Platinum. And there's going to be having a lot of changes out there for my channel. It's about to be putting up to have all of my previous content videos will go monetization. It has now been labeled to go Greenlight. But in that case, I'll have to be respectful and take a whole lot of responsibility out there after reaching my 1K subscribers. Is about to be putting up to a new heights and a brand new chapter awaits. So I have to get ready and get down to do some work in progress. This segment is about to go racing for the Encore in Car-Toon. So as always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. So let's begin and ready to go for today's live summit event. Alright, rollout has been done and successful out there to go for another previous Encore once again, and we already got the Chevrolet Camaro CL1 Rib Edition, and rollout tire has now been planned, acquired, and converted to go for extra payday earning along with some exterior parts for the Chevrolet Camaro SS Drag Race Edition. So good thing putting up in rank 1,527 place in 1,077,628 points. And the good news is, Treat Journey has now been date on schedule by coming soon before at the end of October and early in November. But it's about time to have myself to go for the date schedule after needed ride on 22nd to the 29th in October. But don't miss out before the celebration of Halloween. Just to let you know viewers, this will have to go for a nice trick-or-treat racing journey out there to be around in Motor Nation, and I bet Motorfest is about to be ready to ramp up to have a planned idea to have its own Halloween themed summon when they're racing in Hawaii. So let's get started, and first stop in Central Park, here I come, will go in aerobatics to be placed and no restriction only to take the skies. Gonna have to go auto switch vehicle, and then 2 skills on water base will be planned and go quickly later on as usual. But it gets a little bit more sunny out there, and the best place where to take the skies around in New York City. Okay, on second thought, looks like the rain did not respond. Maybe this will have to go for a quick U-turn and grab the Pilotus PC-21. Okay, just have to go full nitro and try this again to go for a respawn. There we go, right on cue. And first checkpoint, getting closer towards the Empire State Building. Okay, very nice. 200 points perfect. Just have to keep a good eyes on the extreme mode, and perfect to go match and correct. Okay, closing up. Just have to get a little bit more plan by plan and think quickly. Okay, just have to go boost it quickly. Okay, pretty safe. Gonna have to hang on. It's gonna get a little bit more crazy towards the finish line right next to the Statue of Liberty. Okay, good enough. Average by 25,977 points. And here I am by first skill, check and complete. Well, I can't say that every segment when doing one good part of the cartoon themed background, it takes matter of perspective to have some different roles and different ways. Now, which one should I have to start out with to have skill 2 will go for Salam or Escape for the water-based vehicle? Got to do this quickly, and I'm about to go for the Voucher 1414 Demon with my UDRS and Protect Powerboat Yacht. We'll be going quicker to choose the right side path rather than going crossing underneath the bridge. It's going to get a little bit more contact to be going underneath. Just have to get slowed down and switch it up to go faster in the high gear. Alright, that's good for the main objective. Got to keep sailing and keep a good center control to have a nice place in the river. Gonna have to get up by 2,000 yards to go over. Make that good effort on the distance to be pulled in and climbing up to be on the main path of the river to go follow through to have the main approach towards the Mississippi River. But the East Coast has now been located in the coastal states. That's where I'm about to go to, and have that yard distance to go up in 4,500 yards. Come on, just have to keep climbing up and get there soon. Keep a good eye on the large map scale of the GPS. This will have to get closer and a little bit more careful to go approaching into the rocky shallow rivers. So that's 6,275 points of the yards, and there you go right now to have the first segment to go up and carry over by over 100,000 points, added with 12,347. One good yard distance by over 6,000, and good to go to have a quicker ways to have two choices to do on two skills in water base. Third skill is coming up. We're heading up to Black Hills for Salam and water base number 2. Got to go switch it automatically to have the Ice Marine Blade Runner 35 Wheel Go Score Breaker to have the skills of speeding up on the main river trail. Just have to take the left side and go over the main jump. Multiplier times 1.8 is about to go increase directly, and very good smooth sailing, and then the line is going to have to go currently check and go around to have the main gold line until all the gates is about to go clear. Alright, top on that, and almost there by 20,000 points, as ended up in 19,523 points. Alright, 6 events, here I come, and first attempt record in 155,400 points is good to go. Perfect, and exercise to go powerboat base is now been well cleared. Alright, let's do this, and let's go to Pacific Coast every zone event, as I'm about to go for the Voucher 1414 Demon again, and just have to go for a real challenge to be rack up and go faster quickly to take a 2-lap challenge on the figure 8 area. Daytime gets brighter out there, and I'm always gonna have to go craving for a competition and powerboat just to have street race before proceed to Dominion Forceburg number 3. Let's see how it feels, and go faster and full horsepower to go set sail in the seas. So fantastic and beautiful out there to have nice days to do some best moments in summer. But currently moving on in the fall season, and I kinda think planning up to go for celebration to have Tree Journey before coming up soon until at the end of October. But on second thought, I just really gonna have to go here right now by earlier if I still might need to have the green light appointment available after need a ride. So you know the strategy. I'm just gonna have to go craving and get faster to go set sail to go around by every 2 laps in one event. Ride 'em up, right turn clear, and 56% progression coming in on lap 2. Okay, gonna have to go around to have a nice line check. 11.2 seconds. Well, maybe I have to go and do a little bit more switching around and just have to keep it reinforce it. Now it's gonna be on 12.3 seconds, and here they are right now to go for a half part of the Trailblazer to do one jump at a time. That's good enough. Almost there to have the first place position to go achieve at the finish line. Just wait until one more checkpoint to go, like this one, and right on in towards the goal. Alright, very nice, and very good by a minute 43.944 seconds is doing quicker, wide open, and powerboat to go set sail in one piece. That's a good record to be averaged by 116,355 points. And let's go, 3-lap time attack for street race discipline has been obtained clear after event number 1 is going to be ready to go check on confirm. Now let's go to Eagle Falls Motorsport Park, and this time I had to decide myself to go for a decision of pick to go old classic street racing vehicle. And this vintage ride is I'm choosing for today's 3-lap time attack, folks, the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Erland Hunt Coupe Type W196 1955. A very good high classic vintage road car that has a nice gold wing style doors that features to go adding up with the nitro cameras to be set by 614 horsepower, top speed 226 miles per hour to be maxed out in per level at 280 thanks to the handling level to go in semi-expert. Everything is going style and golden, and half the tires will be outfitted to have a nice white wall to go vintage, and see how it works well on the track. So I had to get ready, viewers. This is going to be a very good shine moment to see this good classic road car for the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Erland Hunt Coupe has now been ready up to go for the base of the routes as a touring car counterpart. First lap is up, and here I come. We'll go faster up around onto the first turn to keep it nice and steady up to be in the main position around the track. Got to go boosted quickly, and this one is quite very good to be vintage and classic to have this one to go anywhere in the open road. A very good high-speed rev limitation to have a nice inline engine, handling check, and very good to be outfitted with this exterior parts to be much more similar than a standard 300 SL. But it still have some main roots of the 1950s and still have a very good competition grade status ready to be take part in motorsports, just like racing in the 24 hours of Le Mans. But very much more awesome out there to have that high speed limitations, just to have enough nitro chemists to go fully maxed out and feel the speed and go on a rush to have this main place to go on the track. So I had to get focused and wait until the top speed to have enough nitro during the second lap has now been going on to be in a progress. But maybe perhaps I'll have to take a good look with this nice very good vintage interior dashboard to be using in the left hand side. A way much more popular to have all kinds of different features, just like the standard 300 SL to have the same feature as well to go for the 300 SLR Erland Hunt Coupe. But particular to have this good sports car grade to be style and classic, and everybody thinks it still have some best routes to be well driving for the wealthy people. So here comes the third and final lap. It all comes down to this, and this will have to be rack up myself to go for a faster pace and carry over to have one event to be up to 100,000 points to be carried over. Just wait until the nitro will be set to good to go. Maybe early until now. Here comes the main straightaway. Just look at it go by going up by over 220 miles per hour to get there by almost 230. Just only on the straightaway, but this car is still have a best popularity to go design in vintage when you're about to be racing in Motorfest. But don't worry, viewers. This one is only just the perfect classic car. Is going to be the best example if you're about to go vintage and classic playlist. And there you go. Finish line just made it on time to have a record in just 2 minutes, 38.075 seconds in event number 2 has been checked, clear, and complete. Perfect and very nice to have 107,099 points. But it's about time to go for Speedway in event number 3. 4-car restriction only coming up, and have the lineup will be started out with the Porsche 935 2.0 Coupe Baby. We'll be heading up to New Jersey track. Chamber Cup is coming up, and let's switch it to the daytime condition rather than racing in the snow. I still got some Car-Toon themed vanities will be set and good to go to be maxed out on a per level by around in 320. So I have to get ready, viewers. I'm about to go again, and this time the encore will go old-fashioned, will be faster to get zanier as it looks. 7 modern GT cars are already here, and let's go for only one last position after 3 seconds to go green light to help myself to go pull out the nitro, and quicker it gets to be in first place in the lead. I already know the track, but this one is going to be very easy for this event after spending a lot of hours to do some farming on currency credits. Got to do this once, and I'm about to go again to have this race is going to get nicer and easy out there. Okay, first lap clear. Gonna have to go proceed in lap number 2. So I got everything checked and wait until the first lap on the Trailblazer for 7 opponents as I'm about to give it all I got. Okay, 5th gear coming along nicely. Turn 2 to go exit, and final sector to be heading up in lap 3. But you know, I kind of think about getting the Crew Motorfest once I had enough money, because it's going to be a long time to have all of my content videos will have to be planned and go greenlight into monetization. But I'll have to be much more respectful to have some responsibility because of other issues, such as don't want to get myself to be in a major compromisation. But after all 6 events and 3 skills are been checked, done, and clear, so I'll have to take a break by watching all 5 seasons of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on Netflix. But it's a kick-butt anime for sure, but I kinda like it. But it turns out to brings out to have a storyline of the Joestar family. But I kinda like the first season in 2 parts with Phantom Blood and Battle Tendency. But part 2 of the first season is actually to becoming much more different than the first part where it all began. But what else should I have to think about the best part in part 2 of the first season in Battle Tendency? Oh yeah, Joseph Joestar versus Draco. That could be a most epic badass battle out there that I just want to see 2 of them are about to go at it. But I kinda like the best part when JoJo is about to give a punch at Draco by giving a quote. Apologies to Speedwagon, and hell! See? Now that is the best quote from JoJo. It's actually gonna bring out the best attack with his Harmon power. Very kick-ass and awesome. But I kinda like the second season is Stardust Crusaders. But it is definitely might be quite very good for everyone that brings out to have a center focus to Joseph Joestar's grandson, Jojiro Kujo. But man, that is quite very impressive that his stand is Star Platinum. But I can't believe it, that is quite very good to see all kinds of different battles throughout all 5 seasons of the series in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. But not to mention about the 3rd season as I'm currently watching is Diamond is Unbreakable. But still have some best very different moments that carries out to have a center focus with another kind of successor after Jojiro is Josuke. But Josuke is a very good, nice, cool guy who has Shining Diamond who likes to help out to heal other people to deal with the wounds. But the 4th part is Golden Wind. Well, I kinda say it is definitely might be quite good to have a title in Italian. But look at the time, viewers. Looks like I just already got by first place and total time in 3 minutes, 33.670 seconds. There's 45,000 bucks has been earned, and Kaching has been successful to go carried by 120,301 points. But I'll have to stick around for the topic, and then 3rd event has been clear, check, and moving on to be proceed forward in event number 4. Well, looks like time to go air race, and Archpark Trail, here I come once again to help myself to go racing for the encore. So, same as usual to go max out on the Nitro Chemist at 270 because the handling level is about to get a little bit less on the light that produces to go max out in 975 horsepower and top speed to go in 250 miles per hour in the air. I have to go for it. This is going to get a little bit more tricky out there. We'll be going 2 laps around the skies. 3 seconds, and here I come. Will put myself to go decision by pick to have penultimate race number 5 after the 4th event is already clear. Let's bring out the nitro and go 1 second perfect without extreme mode. Okay, that's more like it. Smoke trail has been set and active. Alright, that's good. 1 checkpoint for second perfect has been obtained. Clear, resourceful, and just have to keep that big plane to stay together to have a 1 good mid condition. Here comes the canyon lands. Just have that 1 second perfect to go half knife and keep it together. That's more like it. Just hold that line in and 1 good match, checkpoint clear. Okay, brilliant. Just almost there to have a progression to go stay on top of it, and next checkpoint to go on the right side, approach on top of the rocky hills. Okay, just only had to take a half knife to go crossing over and under the bridge. Won't miss a thing. Second lap coming in, and I'll have to do the same pattern to keep it nice and stay in the sky. So much for only 1 good skill event by becoming an air race wizard. It takes practice. Alright, that should do well. And keep the smoke trail to remain active. Just let me do all the concentration. I still might need to get used to be flying in the plane. Faster it gets, and going on 1 second perfect to go for a dive in approach to be on a nice half position. Okay, 10% to go. Almost there, viewers. I'm willing to win this race, and 1 good placement to be stopped around to go to the finish line. Okay, very nice. Excellent. And 2 minutes, 14.509 seconds. Well, I kind of think doing this, like performing like a different Wade Jackson, has now been well dominant to be achieved in the skies since World War II. But 1 event clear on number 4, check, and 7 air race parts has been now delivered to the mailbox directly. Okay, so which one should I have to start out with to have a penultimate race in number 5? But my guess, I'll have to decide and go for the monster truck event. We'll be taking on the combo in Arch Park Trail. But rest assured, and it's about to get a little bit more change to forecast to have a nice same sunny day forecast as usual. But I still have 1 Nitro Chemist to be set and ready to go to have a nice Car-Toon themed vanity along with the tire itself. So here I go, viewers. 5th race for the penultimate coming up, and time attack to go off-roading to have a monster truck will go reserve on the special appearance. Gotta switch it back to the 3rd person and stay focused to go dive down to the route. But I got the route checked in and just have to go wide open to have a best place in the Grand Canyon. Hop around to have to go faster on the off-road. The Car-Toon tire is about to get a little bit dirty out there to see the path, and the Nissan 370C Type C34 monster truck will go style in off-roading ways. Just have to get my mind focused, and I still really think about doing some best moments about watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in 5 seasons. Well, I just really think the 4th season in Golden Wind, but it's definitely the most hilarious part after Mista just got hurt while Giorno is trying to help him to be healed. But a little bit more singing part at the end, that is quite very much more classical and music to my ears. But yeah, hopefully it still have the best moments in the 4th season, and everybody still likes it, but it also does to have some different reaction moments. But well, maybe I'll have to get down to do something else of my best moments when I was watching in Season 2 from Stardust Crusaders. But I got it. Whole Horse and Modana. That could be a 2-part episode that brings out to see Whole Horse is about to be planning something to go after the Joestar group along with his new partner, Modana. Well, he gets serious that he doesn't understand about prediction, but somehow Whole Horse maybe come up with a better idea after he attacked a golden scorpion at a Lady Scarf. But it turns out his idea is remarkable after Modana's predictions. Well, I kinda like that most other part when those 2 guys from the airport who really wants to go after Whole Horse and the other guy who has his ear got shot was definitely might be the one who really gonna have to run him over. But instead, the truck is gonna be targeting at the Joestar group but not Whole Horse. But it turns out a little bit more music is gonna get a little bit more cartoonish. But it is definitely might be a very more interesting and most comedy moments during the watching scenes from anime. But yeah, maybe a little bit more subtopic, just had to get my mind up a bit, and then I still have a lot of ways to go racing and focus to do one event to go on the off-roading. But here comes the finish line. But I still really think watching the 5th season from Stone Ocean is very much more interesting after the 4th season. But I'll have to think about it. But looks like event number 5 has been clear, arrived, and total time in 3 minutes, 3.684 seconds has been going up to have a placement points to be placed around by 100,000 points added with 16,652. Well, good grief. Looks like Hovercraft is about to go for the final event in Car-Toon, and this will be calling for a day. Gold Rush is next, and this will be ready up to give it all I got. Now, as I got everything to be set to go for the Nitro Chemist when using the 2018 SK Armor, 297 horsepower check, top speed, 97 miles per hour to go on the land and water itself, and per level to go for the handling level to be staged on 80. So let's do this, and I'll have to get back to it to have the main topic about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure until I'll have to go for only 3-second countdown. So let's get going. I'm about to pull out the Nitro and get focused to be first place by the checkpoint to go on the first one until I had to go improve and study up to be on the full control handling around onto the land and water. So everybody really enjoyed about the 5th season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean. But it turns out a female named Jolene Kunjo is the daughter of Jojiro Kunjo years ago after the previous seasons. But somehow, she just ends up in prison to find out who set her up by accusement to be framed. But luckily, Jolene just meet up with her father, Jojiro, about the important guy who is definitely the responsible for the threat. But it turns out that this man named Father Pucci, the guy who is actually revealed to be coming as the apprentice of Dio. But what? I don't know how it happened, but somehow it might need to have some knowledge about Father Pucci that brings out to have the 5th season that has a stand. But no matter that Father Pucci's stand is made in heaven, but his stand is becoming an unstoppable doomsday after Dio's success. But good grief. This guy is definitely might be becoming the most dangerous villain in the series. But somehow, Jolene, her father Jojiro, and the others may be willing to take the sacrifice after the only one person who had been survived into the new universe is Empoleon. But good grief, Empoleon survived and the others didn't make it because they just been achieved their sacrifice to stop Father Pucci's. Until then, Empoleon may have been revealed that his stand maybe turns out to have another one after weather forecast has been made its death. The same one after him is his stand just to be used to turn against Father Pucci to end him once and for all. But somehow, it may be revealed to see what happens after the others just been made it up to have some Well, you know what it is because Empoleon survived and he ends up to a new universe to meet up with his reincarnation counterparts. But wow, I never believed that this series is going to be very much more bizarre to be indeed as ever. But got to admit, I just really gonna have to watch all 5 seasons again repeatedly until Steel Fault Run might be set and planned for the announcement to be coming as the 6th season. But look at this, you guys. Looks like just only have one event and cleared by 2 minutes 30.929 seconds. But thank goodness for 100,000 points to be adding up with 11,009 points. Well, I kinda think there's no need for me to help myself to go for a follow-up catch-up after all. Well, I'm glad this live summit event is over soon and it's only have one date left, and I got myself to go place in 682nd place by 1,203,878 points. Well, it turns out a little bit more strategy, racing focus, and dot of reaction that related to one anime series is going to get a little bit more complicated. But it turns out it was alright, and just only have all events with 3 skills and 6 events in Car-Toon for another series of rerun. And this will be a runabout of an encore, for Car-Toon has been doing well successfully just like the previous and the original itself for only one good cartoonish high definition background summon. But everybody still loves to enjoy it. It's all about the concentration to go for improvement for all experts and new players, just to get down to have to learn the basics, we'll do some ropes. But it was much more fun out there to have some different challenges for only 2 events with no restriction on powerboat and street race discipline, along with air race and Arch Park Trail for the GBR-1 and Nissan 370Z Type C34 Monster Truck Edition, and one good pro racing for the Porsche 935 2.0 Coupe Baby, and for the Hovercraft and Goat Rush in the SK Armor. So, I can't think having my content videos is a very new ways to help myself to go for a brand new chapter will be planned and start making money in general. But every previous content video that receives by 1 cent amount, but I just really prefer to go for only $1 or $5. But that's why making money is very more important in real life, just to make sure to have enough currency that you might need to start helping your own family by support. So first week is done. Now let's go for the second week until being open on October 8th to the 15th. For new players, we'll get a good hands on the KTM 1190 RC8 Hard Power Track Edition in motorcycle to be seen in the Platinum, along with some other 3 prizes to get 200,000 followers, Dr. Chemist Legendary for the touring car discipline, and Internal Orange Smoke for the Rare Vanity. Luckily, we have 5 touring cars and 1 street race. We'll grab 2 wheels and no cars allowed at this time. But you know what to do, viewers. This will be a perfect team summon for all motorcycles out there, and we got some 3 skills will be coming around to have the water base, air base, and ground base to have the Salam, aerobatics, and escape. Looks like this is going to be quite good for now, and first week of October is only just the beginning to help myself to start making money and have my own revenue will be begin with some support. But this was to be ready to wrap it up before at the end of the current video, viewers. Treat Journey is only just a few days ahead of us before moving on towards the end of October, before the 31st will be set, and be on the lookout. Halloween is only just a few days away, but be patient as we still have some 3 upcoming live summit events as we're about to go for Pole Position, Polar Rush, and Need a Ride. This is going to be fun until Car-Toon is only just the best place to be here after Speedtamer Fest. So thank you for enjoying watching the video and the Car-Toon folks. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on DeviantArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more social media platforms. Plus, membership is now open to everyone. We'll join to get access for price levels a month with exclusive perks, custom emoji with my OCs, and many features to support the channel by becoming a member. It's the best way to help out with the super thanks as an extra, will support and grow. And also check it out on my YouTube shorts that brings out with some presentation showcase with UDRS Inspirtech, Total Drama fan art, and Dispenser Camp fan art liveries, along with some various whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time on the Live Summit event in the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again at the next current video. Keep on racing, stay clean.